Thanks for coming back. In this video, we'll be addressing the basic qualifications and requirements for a business visitor. As a business visitor, the applicant's main business and main source of income has to be outside of Canada, meaning your employment cannot be in Canada. If the employment is in Canada, then obviously you're not a business visitor, you require a work permit. Also, the other things that the officer look at is that you have to have no criminal record or any health inadmissibility issues. If you do, then there might be other additional documentation required, such as a temporary resident permit and/or criminal rehabilitation. Now, what documents are required when you apply for the business visitor? There are 8 main things that you can include to prove to the immigration officer that you are a bona fide business visitor to Canada. The first is an invitation from the Canadian organization to the foreign applicant is obviously a necessary document. So what that is an invitation letter from the Canadian company to the applicant saying, John Smith, we require you on this date to do X, Y, and Z. Now, whatever that X, Y, and Z is, again, it needs to be specified. And essentially attending conferences, attending meetings, training a Canadian employee. These are the activities that are okay and qualify as a business visitor. So that's the invitation letter is very crucial part of the documentation, but also it's very important that it's worded correctly because you don't want to say something that the officer may think that you require an actual work permit. The other thing is a letter from the actual foreign company attesting to why you need to travel to Canada and what your activities will be. So that I'll just repeat, the invitation letter from the Canadian company and a letter from the foreign company, so let's say the American company, attesting to why you are going to come to Canada. Both of this have to kind of match, and the activities that are being performed needs to be listed in both of them, and obviously they have to match. The other thing is a verification letter which states that the applicant is coming to Canada and it's not for employment. Now you can either include this as a separate piece of document from your foreign company, so from your employment, from your foreign company, or you can include it in the letter from the foreign company attesting to your activities in Canada. So you can include a sentence saying that John Smith is still employed with our company, he's an employee of the US company, and elaborate a little bit on that. So that we leave that up to you. Either you can do it separately or join it together. The absolute important piece of document is this, the after sales agreement. This is the agreement between the foreign company and the Canadian company for whatever services are provided. So the after sales agreement is very important. Obviously attesting to your identity, so a copy of your passport data page, a copy of your green card, whatever it may be to show your identity document. The 6th point is a resume that shows your experience and your expertise. So also the resume is really good to have because it shows that, again, you're employed outside of Canada and that you will continue to be employed even after entering Canada and exiting. The 7th is an itinerary. Here you can show a lot of times applicants have friends and family that they will stay with, or if you're going to stay at a hotel and the accommodations is provided by the foreign company, you want to have the itinerary documents included as well. Plus, again, it attests to your short stay in Canada. It shows you're going to enter this date and you're going to exit on this date. So you want to include that as well. And the last thing is proving your ties to the foreign country. So again, pay stubs, property documents, any documents to show that you do have significant ties and really your entry in Canada is temporary and you will exit at the end of your stay. Those are the 8 main documents that you can provide and to show the immigration officer at the port of entry or at the consulate that you are a bona fide business visitor. If you have further questions, please do give us a call. Thanks so much.